I'm going to make you stick chicken stir fry.
Have you not seen it when he tries to get the little fella to, the little American kid to build up his confidence by cooking?
Right.
And he gets him to come over, and he's like, "What are you going to make for me today?" And the kid's like, "Chicken stir fry." And he's like, "No, you need some more confidence. You need to be really confident about what you're going to make. And do it again. When I ask you what you're going to make, you want to say it with confidence." And so the kid goes away, comes back, and he says, "Hello, whatever your name is. What are you going to make?" And he goes, "I'm going to make a chicken stir fry, yo." And the other one was like, "Yes."
It's the yo that gets you, I suppose. I think a yo can zhuzh up any conversation, I think. I'm sorry, it's terminal, yo. I think that's kind of like...
Give an example. Give another example than that.
My child has been horrifically mangled on a roller coaster, yo. Perfect.
That's a certain kind of zhuzh to it. That's a bit of casualness.
Prince Andrew, you've lost the right to
not Prince
use
Andrew
the royal
anymore.
seal.
Do it again. Not
Sorry.
Prince Andrew anymore. Do it again.
Just Andrew. Andrew? What do you get like a? Do you get like a? Is there a sub-royal title you get? Like a? Do you not get like a dukedom? Is there like a lesser dukedom you can sort of steal from?
Yes, it's Andrew, you little shit.
you disgraced the whole thing. Could you buy like a house like the Earl of Frodsham, like Cisse back in the day?
Yeah, so you get it's land, isn't it? You got land, so you get some land comes, I think, resplendent with a title. But I believe that the artist formerly known as Prince Andrew is now just Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
Right. Still a fancy name, isn't it, really, I suppose?
But we're missing the trick here. Why aren't we going back to the 90s when everyone used to call him Randy Andy?
Randy Andy. Or just take... Windsor's not even their bloody name. It's all German, isn't it? They sort of adopted that name to sound more English. So,
yeah, but anyone could adopt a name, as you would know, surely.
Well, he could adopt the name Not a Paedophile Prince Andrew. I mean, that could be a thing he can say, basically.
Yeah, it might set alarm bells ringing slightly.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually.
It's like in League of Gentlemen... with Edward and Tubbs in the local shop when the policeman comes in to find that missing hiker, and the first thing she says is, "We didn't burn him." It kind of sets alarm bells ringing, doesn't it? People start to get suspicious.
Does a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what you been doing? What you been up to? So I'll tell you something now. I've been really fucking tired this week.
Yeah.
The son I have access to. If we get to 6 a.m. wake ups, if we get anywhere near 6 a.m, we're flying.
That's a win, is it, right?
So early at the moment. It's crazy.
It's mine's
it's actually insane how early he wakes up.
How is he getting enough sleep? How is he getting enough
I was saying
downtime?
this to the Wi-Fi I have access to yesterday.
Why is he? Because he's a clever little lad, and his speech is excellent. Is he getting up at 5 because he's like training and stuff? Is he reading
the Russian classics?
Is he eating clean and training dirty? Is he up in? Is he lifting plates? Is he putting his face in ice water? And then go for a run. Dates. More plates, more dates. Is he up grinding? Is your son up grinding from 5? Yeah.
I don't know why he's getting up so early. Apparently, it's just a phase they go through at this age.
Right.
I'd like it to be
and
over.
you as well.
Yeah. Because I don't have the discipline to go to bed early enough.
Right. Okay. No. Yeah. Do you go to? Because I go to bed really early, but I find I can't get to sleep before 10. That's still nice and early.
What time is an ideal time for you to get into bed then?
Ideal time, 9:45.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, nice, isn't it? Nice.
Sometimes I'll do the old. I'll just get into bed at like 9, and maybe watch the second half of a game in bed or something.
Nice.
But I get so tired.
I sometimes do me ramble prep with a laptop propped up, watching a bit of football, especially like Champions League nights when it can go a little late. But
I think it's pretty
cozy.
barbaric the time they put football matches on these days.
Why can't we just have all of the European stuff at 7? Because
we have our jobs where we can basically work the hours we want, particularly in the afternoons. So as a selfish move, admittedly, I would quite like us to have
Champions League at like 5. No, not 5.
All
that's
the
tea
games
time.
at 5 p.m.
No, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. blackout. 3 p.m. kickoff. And no television. You can't even watch it, and it's not even streamed anywhere. We should have complete blackout of all football, and just tell us what happened on teletext later.
It's only played on a pen and paper.
Exactly, yeah.
And then the result happens like that. No, I think they go at 5. They're done by 7:15ish.
Yeah, but
lovely bit of dinner.
You got to serve dinner, haven't you? You got to serve to little uns and stuff.
Actually, the point is, that's the point. We don't have TV on the evenings because of the boy, so I wouldn't actually better watch it if that was the case.
No.
Anyway, this is an entirely new revelation that no one's ever uttered before, but I've got a toddler, and as a result, I'm quite tired.
Yeah.
Well, it's a revolutionary viewpoint.
I know, right?
It'll be refreshing for everyone to hear.
I'm sure we can sell this podcast for $1 million to Spotify.
Yeah,
as some stand-ups have, the old dad casts and stuff.
But by the way, has Jamie Oliver got the same kind of energy as a Jake Humphrey, do you reckon?
No, I think Jamie Oliver's way more normal and way more relatable. He was just overexposed for a little while, that's all, and you couldn't really sort of go anywhere without Oliver.
Because in a lot of the WhatsApp groups I'm in, Oliver's name is Mud. And I don't really understand why.
I think it's a little bit in the same way that, like, Starmer's name's Mud or Diane Abbott. It's just one of those kind of, like, comedic memes that people can kind of, like, go to that when they feel like it. And there's no... It's just what I think it's one of, like Prince Andrew. It's just a really.
It's not the same as Prince Andrew. It's not the same. Listen,
you said he was hanging out with a boy. You said he was talking to a boy earlier that wasn't his son.
It's
unbelievable,
and it's part of his work.
Yeah,
Jamie Oliver spent quite a few years trying to make school dinners healthier for kids, and everyone's like, "But he's got a fucking annoying voice."
Yeah,
fucking wanker.
No, I know.
It's not the same. I don't understand why he's so badly received. Is what I'm saying. He's moderately annoying at best.
Because British people, it's like not Uma Thurman. Who's the one? Who's the little girl who looks after the environment? Not Uma Thurman.
Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg.
The little girl who looks after the environment.
The little girl looks after the environment. She's in Pulp Fiction. Just help yourself to my lips, to my arms, dude. It was, and that's not even in that film. I don't know why I sang it. It just
it's
felt
so
like
confusing. Even for me, that one. That passage of that thought process was confusing even for me. That one. We know we're in real trouble.
Wow! Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow! Yeah. There's a lot of wowing in that song. There. Wow! Whoa! Yeah.
What were you going to say about Greta?
It's just punchline. It's just, like, we don't like people who try to make things better. We find it. True. We find it. We don't find it NIMBY-ish. We just find, we.
I think we find the ideas above our station. The class system's in place for a reason, and we need to be told what to do all the time.
Correct. Completely agree. We love a boot in our throat. We just love it.
That's why there'll never be a revolution in the UK.
No, because we love it. We're kinky as fuck. We want to be dominated. We're bottoms. We are a nation of bottoms. We want to be dominated.
I just feel like whenever I think of Jamie Oliver, and I might have misremembered this because it was years ago, I think of the chicken stir fry bit. But I also think of the thing when he worked really hard and cooked a load of really nice meals for like a bunch of 10-year-old boys for their school meals. And then all of them just ended up saying they preferred the Turkey Twizzlers. Yeah. And I think Jamie Oliver's so upset, I think he might have cried. And I just think that's actually quite sad.
Well, you train your palate, don't you? You train your palate for stuff like that. I mean, I've spent most of the week eating Halloween sweets. That's going to see me in an early grave, but I mean, they're there, aren't they? You buy all these sweets.
Yeah, I did trick or treating on Friday with the boy, and he is a cute kid, and so we got a load of sweets. I mean, realistically, everyone's gonna.
You know, I mean, anyway. I mean, even if you've got an absolute rotter of a kid, people are still going to give you sweets. But they're not going to go, "Ooh, your kid's so good looking."
Some of the kids were pretty barbaric. They're pushing in, they're running up the garden path fast because obviously my son's only very young. So we had to kind of fight our corner a bit. We did get quite a good loot. Did
you go out in like a big group?
We were supposed to go out with our next door neighbour, but my next door neighbour's pregnant with their second child. She felt unwell, so they didn't come out. So we spent the three of us. But we went to the Halloween party at the local church as well. Do you remember I told you last year there was that bloke who dressed up in a really aggressive Halloween outfit? It's frightening the kids.
Yeah.
He wasn't there this time.
No, kids. What was it? What was the aggressive Halloween thing? It was just like a...
He was dressed as... I had to look it up at the time. Let me just remind myself again. He was dressed as the Terrifier.
The Terrifier? I might have to give that a little Google.
You'll definitely recognise it when you see it.
Oh, yeah. God. Yeah. Good God. I mean, there's no blood, but it's still horrible, isn't it?
It wasn't as bad as the actual Terrifier. It was like an ersatz version, but it was fucking too much.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, at this year's Halloween party, because like West Norwood is nice and stuff, and the community is really great. Genuinely, I do mean there's like a proper community here. And but it's still a bit rough around the edges, right? And the police turned up, I guess ostensibly in a kind of, we're reaching out to the community and showing that we're, you know the same way they go they go to carnival or whatever, like just turning up and just doing that thing, right?
But
then they clearly got into a situation where there was a bloke who did, to be fair, look a little bit odd. There was no kids with him.
Yeah.
And he was dressed as Poe from Teletubbies. And they went over and had a word with him.
What's that conversation? What is that conversation?
I was standing next to it. They were like, "What are you doing here?" Turns out he just works for the church.
Oh, right. Yeah. If you've ever been in a church for any amount of time, there's always like a proper tall farm boy who just kind of helps out. And what's your deal? What's your deal, farm boy? Why are you so big? If he was in the Midwest,
he would have been a tall, quiet farm boy who's terrified of no man, but
scared of fire,
of thunder.
Yeah.
But this guy was just a West Norwood version of that. But other than that, the evening passed without incident, and it was a nice thing. But there was one point when we're trick or treating. Obviously, people have their porch lights on or their pumpkin out or whatever, so they've got things going on. And we walked up this quite big garden path of this big house, and knocked on the door, no answer. There was music coming from there. I looked through the kitchen window, just a bunch of adults getting pissed having a Halloween party.
Nice.
They had no treats for us.
They had no treats. Well, they might have had treats for you.
Yeah, they didn't have any treats for my son.
Hang on, so somebody didn't answer the door when you rang it, and so what did you? You looked through the letterbox?
No, because they didn't answer the door because the music was so loud. So I literally took a step to the left and looked through the front window, and they were just all in there getting pissed. I was like, all right. Was
it like that Sickos cartoon?
Yeah, it was a bit like that. I wasn't dressed up though, so I couldn't frighten them by looking through the window and playing a trick.
Right. Okay. Nice.
They might have thought I was terrifying anyway, I suppose. But did you go trick or treating in your neighbourhood?
We did. We only did like 3 or 4 houses. By the time we got there, it's like little one was a bit tired, but it was good. We did, she's still got a bag of sweets that she keeps pointing at, and that's becoming an issue. But that's absolutely fine. Like you literally, she's gone from near sweets to all the sweets, and it's like, well, yeah. Imagine having sweets for the first time. Like I eat sweets all the time.
How militant are you on the sweet treat? Because this is going to be hypocritical.
I know, yeah, exactly. It's like she after Halloween, she's been having a couple of sweets an evening, and then once that's done, there'll be near more. But she's mainly the sweet. The sweetness she gets is like a yogurt or a banana, but she's
yogurts and bananas are very popular in our house. But certain types of yogurts that you can only get at the big Sainsbury's,
right? Okay,
which is a bit annoying.
Nice. Okay,
he's got a special trip to go and get them. But I was gonna finally on the Jamie Oliver thing for now. I do feel like
stop having a go at Jamie Oliver.
I'm not having a go. I'm trying to defend
his best.
Him. But he did manage by 2005. To get Turkey Twizzlers discontinued in schools, and then Bernard Matthews actually stopped making them.
Yeah. I mean,
It's done all right.
It's proper sweepings, isn't it? It's proper, congealed. I'm not even sure that it must be just compounded. Imagine, compounded pink turkey.
It's 34% meat, apparently, but they relaunched them in 2020 with a higher meat content.
35.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say what it was.
No.
But I am also kind of, I feel duty bound to point out that a year after that, 2 contract workers at Bernard Matthews were covertly filmed by a member of staff playing baseball with live turkeys. So I don't think anyone's coming out. Right. Anyone's coming out of that with too much credit.
I don't know. I think if you're working in an abattoir / butcher, it sounds like it's a bean to cup process, the whole Bernard Matthews thing. So they have access to the live stuff. They kill it in house.
Call him a farm to table strategist.
Yeah. So presumably they kill the animals on site and then get on a different site maybe, and then get the
you shouldn't be doing it with baseball bats. I don't know much about it, but I do know that.
I think there's so many feathers you wouldn't know which part to hit to get the meat.
That's not the reason.
It's just out of all of the birds, if you went for a songbird, easier because it should all one mass. But turkeys, too much. It's about trying to swing at a peacock, wouldn't it?
It's a disgusting thought.
It's a disgusting thought. But yeah, do you remember those kind of like roasts you used to get from Bernard Matthews? They were like a thick table leg, probably about 25 centimetres tall.
Yeah, they're kind of reconstituted rolled meat.
Reconstituted sort of rolled meat, and you'd put them in, and they would look absolutely grotesque.
I don't really know why you would. I mean, presumably there's a process involved there, obviously. So presumably they're more expensive. So I don't really know why you would ever buy one of those when you could just get
I think that's the problem. I don't think they were. I don't think they were more expensive.
Those cheaper,
they were probably, easy. It's easy, like they're frozen and stuff. But I don't know why you wouldn't get a. But this is all, it's all, middle class people talking about. Why wouldn't you get a proper, turkey and put it in the freezer? I don't have freezer space for anything, so I probably should get involved in the Fred Bentosses and got 5 toilets.
Turn one of them into a big cold room.
Well, it's just a storage facility now for boxes.
It's funny you say that because I've been to your house.
Kit I bought.
You had a really cold room at the back with a load of meat hooks in the ceiling.
Yeah,
so, what?
That's my workout room.
Oh, okay.
And
right,
when me and Sarah are fighting, I just go and hang myself up on one and just sort of float around for a bit.
By your skin?
Get transcendental by my skin, those perverts on the internet.
Because you like quite a lot. You're into quite a lot of indigenous American philosophy, aren't you, as well?
Yeah. I've got a lot of what's that tattoo you get when you it's like a mad sort of hammer / knife thing that's not really but it's not really done anymore. Sticking something tattoo.
That's Samoan, isn't it? I don't think that's indigenous American.
No, but it's still indigenous.
I thought your tattoo was just a wolf howling at the moon, wasn't it?
2 wolves. 3 wolves. 3 wolves.
You got one of them. It depends which one you feed. You're the first person to tell me that.
Oh dear.
All right, Peter. Let's have a quick break. When we come back, I think it might be time for us to invite our very special guest, the battery robot, back to the show.
The battery boys, the terrifier of the consumer electronic world in many ways. All right, we're back in a second. We're back with Luke and Pete Show. Luke, did you know that the Terrifier 3 film has been banned by France's classification committee? It's banned viewers under the age of 18 from seeing the film. Now, that feels like a very normal banning for an 18-plus film. But maybe nowadays you just don't see 18-plus films anymore. Maybe 15-plus is the way that people work nowadays.
What's the reason for it being banned?
Well, 2 people reportedly passed out during a screening of the film in Australia.
It's not a reason to ban it.
There were reports of audiences vomiting and leaving theatres after watching the film's opening scene in the United Kingdom. It's a bit much, isn't it? Pretty much, yeah.
It's a bit full on. I watched the first episode of that new Stephen King's It series called Welcome to Derry.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
I actually quite liked it.
He's a very successful. For a writer, writers have a certain amount of money, right, and they have a certain amount of income from their books. But I cannot imagine how much money Stephen King makes every year from new projects, residuals, etc. From different projects, because there's a new Stephen King TV show out all the time.
Yeah, I mean he is the king of horror, literally that's his nickname, isn't it? And he is the absolute emperor of IP. Like the amount of stuff, it's just it's incredible, the amount of stuff he's done.
They sort of say a lot of horror writers don't like it because he's basically commercialized their entire art form, so that if they make anything that's slightly horror based, it's kind of judged against the commercial viability of Stephen King stuff. And
tough shit. That's the real world.
That's the real world, baby.
400 million books. Like,
he also Stephen King also writes. I can't remember what it's called, fodder or something. There's this way of writing where you just start and you don't know where it's going to go, but you just fucking do it. And I guess if you've been doing it for a long time, you can. But he doesn't plan any of his books. He just sort of sits down and goes, "Ooh, spooky!" just starts and finishes.
There was that rumor around that, like, I don't know if it's true, but there was a rumor going around, like, in the 70s or the 80s. I forget which it was. Like, there was a couple of books that he had just completely forgotten he'd written because he was so off his face on cocaine.
I guess if you can be a functional cocaine enthusiast and you're a writer, you fucking get stuff done, wouldn't you? Because it's a concentrate-y kind of drug, isn't it?
Yeah, it's no different to I mean, throughout history, people have been off their tits. I mean, like the Nazis were all off their tits, weren't they?
They weren't writing great.
No, they weren't. Let's be absolutely clear. They weren't writing great fiction.
They were in trenches.
But King's output is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like if you scroll through just some of his novels now, the amount of household names in there, like Carrie, Salem's Lot, The Shining, The Stand, Firestarter, The Running Man, Pet Sematary, Thinner, which is brilliant. I've read that. It's fucking horrible, but it's brilliant. It, Misery, The Tommy Knockers, Needful Things, The Green Mile. He wrote that.
Oh, right, okay.
He also wrote Shawshank Redemption, didn't he?
Yeah, wild. I mean, it's not a bad career, is it? Really? I think any writer would take one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can really listen too much to other people who aren't as successful. So it's not really fair to be judging against Stephen King because he's so successful. So, well,
can I interest you in Dean Koontz's new hair?
Oh, Dean Koontz is a great modern phenomenon.
A great modern hairman.
What a strange
Decision.
man. Do you think he thinks he'd be like a household name if it wasn't for Stephen King?
I think so, but I just it's more nowadays that his choice of wig is astonishing. It's just absolutely astonishing. Bearing in mind that as a young man, he had long but very recedy sort of widow's peaky hair. Yeah. And then he was basically going bald, and then he just suddenly decided to just wear a wig. And good on him. Yeah. But people are starting to wake up to the Dean Koontz wig, and I think it's something we should all think about doing.
When you type Dean Koontz into Google Images, the third image is an image of Stephen King. That's got to hurt.
That's gonna hurt. That has got to hurt.
But I think Koontz is, what is he, 80 now apparently? Do you think people know who Dean Koontz is? He's a kind of thriller horror writer as well, basically.
Yeah, he's a suspense thriller guy, isn't he? Bit of science fiction, bit of fantasy in there.
Yeah, and he's clearly made so much money as well that he's out of touch with reality and probably lives on a massive ranch somewhere and just thinks, you know what, I quite like to look at that massive young person's wig. I'm going to wear it. There's no one to stop him. There's no one to tell him.
It's a bit Kendo Nagasaki. He's got a similar choice of wig or certainly hair dye. He looks incredible for, I think he's like 83 or something now, Kendo. And he's made the same choice, really. Bearing in mind that he spent most of his wrestling career with like a sort of Japanese sort of shaved top knot kind of weirdness.
That's a rum old age for a wrestler, that.
It's a rum old, especially like, the how you would look after yourself in the 70s and 60s.
But you could apply it to anyone in the 70s, though.
Yeah, good point, actually. Yeah, I guess.
You're either really, really unhealthy or you're one of those people who's super into health and thought you were really healthy, but you're also really, really unhealthy in a different way because the science was shit. Yeah,
it's. I think if you can make enough money, you're usually all right. And I think Kendo he made a bit of coin in property.
Yeah. So on the IP and the money stuff for like Stephen King, I don't know how much he makes every year, but it must be astronomical. But the thing that always comes to mind is that is those numbers that were published about how much money Larry David makes on residuals.
Right. Yeah. Astonishing. I mean, absolutely.
I think in 1 year, 20 odd years ago, he made 400 million just from syndications of Seinfeld. Which isn't even probably his only revenue stream, right?
I mean, just incredible, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and Seinfeld. Seinfeld's one of those things which it doesn't really translate to the UK.
No. It's
some
more,
people like it. I get that some people like it, but it's not like a proper famous comedy show here.
Yeah, we had Seinfeld, we had a bit of Larry Sanders, but it was always that BBC Two kind of 11 o'clock. Like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock kind of on a Tuesday.
We prefer Only Fools and Horses and fucking Mrs. Brown's Boys.
And we're bloody right. We're bloody right if you ask me. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's I started watching a Tim Robinson show called The Chair Company.
Oh yeah, someone was talking about that. So it's really funny.
It is really funny. It's basically Curb Your Enthusiasm taken to the nth degree. Like if Larry David was genuinely mentally ill,
right?
But it is just toxic men doing toxic stuff, basically. And I'm
right up your street,
right up my street. It's like looking into a beautiful mirror. But yeah, good stuff.
I'll check it out. I really want to watch that friendship movie you made with Paul Rudd. Apparently, that's really good.
Oh, it's lovely stuff. I think I uploaded it to a Google Drive. If you want to watch it.
Why would you do that?
Well, it wasn't. I don't think it was out yet, and it wasn't being shown in the cinema. So I literally didn't have a fucking choice, to be quite frank.
Why do you continually have to destroy our dream with piracy?
I don't. I'm subscribed to about 5 different streaming services, and they, for some reason, just decide to take some stuff off, add some stuff that I don't want to watch on. I don't need to watch 50 episodes of Selling Sunset, but I would quite like to watch fucking, I don't know, The Virgin Suicides or something. Do you know what I mean? I would like to watch something good rather than trash sort of, Love Island stuff,
Yeah. So I've started watching, I've got into this habit of just watching the first episode of all the new stuff that comes out around this time.
Nice. I like that idea.
Yeah. So I watched The Iris Affair, first episode of that. Was quite good. First episode of Welcome to Derry. That's an absolutely captivating opening before the credits. It's pretty good, pretty full on. And I don't want to spoiler it, but I loved what they did in the first episode. I thought it was really clever. Maybe I'll tell you about it after, so I don't spoil our listeners. But they'll know what I mean when they watch it. But speaking of piracy, I had a really interesting fact the other day about the pirate accent. Right?
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
So
what would that be, like kind of South Kent, like a Hastings accent, maybe?
I think it's a Dorset accent.
Right. Okay.
And the reason, so basically. There was a historian I watched a little interview with, and he's an expert in piracy or pirate culture, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And someone said one of the questions was like, why do pirates talk like that? Where their accent come from? And he's like, they don't talk like that. They never have done. And it's a massive
confection,
myth.
Is it?
And it comes from the movie Treasure Island in 1950, in which Long John Silver is played by a guy called Robert Newton, who essentially just did a really exaggerated version of his own accent. And that's taken hold. Okay. So basically, this guy was born in Dorset, and he grew up in Cornwall. So it's like a Cornish Dorset kind of hybrid accent. And everyone in the world thinks that pirates talk like that, and they never have. The reality is that pirates would have spoken in a variety of different ways. There was no kind of language or accent synonymous with pirates.
I mean, especially because a lot of them would spend a lot of time in like the Caribbean. Yeah. Why do we have two different ways of saying that? It's very confusing, especially when you watch a lot of American television.
Which one are you going to go for? Commit.
Carabiner. the old carabiner. You'd think there'd be like there'd be a bit of French in there, wouldn't there? There'd be a bit of kind of West Indies stuff. There'd be all kinds of accents floating around that kind of area. It's a massive myth, apparently. It's just all goes back to that one movie in 1950. That's it. Jesus Christ, that's amazing, isn't it? What that's the Stephen King effect.
Stephen King actually wrote that as well.
What an impact the man had. Right, should we do some battery before we chip off?
Well, I don't know. Is battery robot here?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. I forgot about battery robot.
Would you want to go and get him? There he is.
I'm the battery robot.
How are you today, battery robot?
My memory chips are hurting.
Oh, why is that?
I looked at something incorrect on the internet.
What did you have for your breakfast this morning, battery robot?
Chips.
Nice.
Electronic chips.
Yeah, I got the joke. It's very clever.
Electricity.
Yeah.
Ions.
Yeah. Have you got a girlfriend at the moment, battery robot, or a boyfriend?
Yes.
Which?
This is Robot. It is
how's she doing?
We got married in Vegas. We were shit-faced.
Did you get shit-faced on
battery robot?
It's great. It's great to hear from battery robot. I think we can all agree.
Great to hear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So, do you want to battery robot? Do you want? Actually, don't. Actually, do you know what? We won't get battery robot to read the email. We'll just get battery robot to happily take the battery
to read the emails.
Yeah. Pete, go ahead, mate.
Hello, the Look of the Pete's, says David. After my glorious victory of new player status in October 2022 with the Pifco D-Cell, I have been understandably basking in the light of new player status and my allotted space in the Battery Daddy, hoping against hope for a chance to enter the game again. Once again, my daughter's consumer electronica has yielded on my next submission. When opening up a new craft project of a paper flower garland with LED string lights, they are the very definition of landfill, aren't they, old LED string lights? I went straight to the included AA pair and offer them to you now. Feiden. Feiden. I hope for a second of success, but I fear this is more common than the humble Pifgo in the past. Keep up the good work, David Upcraft. Feiden.
Good name.
Good name.
I think these are Payden, not Faden.
Okay, right, yeah. Yes, I think it probably is actually Payden.
Because I got excited because if they were Faden, I was like, oh, I think that's a new player. But I think they're Payden, and if they're Payden, then they're the third Paydens we've had. Dave sent them in. Our friend Andy sent them in. So it's actually not a new player because I think I'm going to rule that they're Payden if that's all right with you, Peter.
No, that's absolutely fine. I've seen the picture itself. It's a great picture. The hands, it's slightly damaged in the crease between the forefinger and the top of the forefinger. But David Upcraft.
Tiny bit of twine.
Aggressively swiping on a secret Tinder account. Let's start that rumor, David.
Chunky hands as well, by the way. That's an absolute bunch of bananas. Those fingers.
Proper man's hands.
Bigger boy hands.
But look, that's what David Upcraft does. He helps out on craft projects because he's David Upcraft. That's what he does. Paper flower garland with LED string lights. Fantastic. All right, Zach. Hey, guys. I was shocked to hear this week's Thursday short on the lack of worthwhile battery submissions, so I'm submitting a hopeful new player that I've been serving for just an occasion. Wilma!
Brilliant.
Wilma! Oh, God. Tis the season. Found inside my remote control garage door opener. They're quite dangerous, the old garage door openers. You got to be careful.
Are you thinking about the movie Scream?
I'm thinking about there's just probably, but no, never seen it. Found inside my remote garage door opener. I hope this submission satisfies the battery robot Wilma.
Yes, that's Wilmer, Wilmer. Very plain white battery, just a black typeface on it. Zach is also apparently Zach claims to have submitted 4 successful batteries to the Battery Daddy and is now hoping for a 5th. I'm sad to report that you are the 5th person to send Wilmer's in though. Ben sent them in way back in 2020. Dylan, Thomas and James have sent them in before. So they're not a new player, I'm afraid.
No.
And that's the only 2 we had submitted this week. So it looks like the battery feature, sad as it would be for Battery Robot, is starting to run out of steam.
He I think we said this last time, and then 3 absolute zingers came in. So
here's hoping.
we don't know really. Yeah. All right, we'll be out of here soon enough. I just all that remains for me to say is, Luke, your microphone has become detached, and now you're broadcasting from your MacBook Pro microphone. So we'll fix that for the next show. But it just happened at the death, and we'll be back very soon indeed. Lukey Mo, say goodbye.
On behalf of me and my MacBook Interior microphone,
goodbye. So thin. Not very rich sound. They're actually very good these days, MacBook Pro microphones. There you go. All right then, ta-ta.